Hey y'all, what's going on? This is Jesse Both of the 19th hole, and we're here to do the golden shot video. We will be playing the hard difficulty level shot. During this video, I will show you a chart to help you in deciding what type of spins to use for your different wind variations that you may see. We'll talk a little bit about how you might want to adjust for the wind, and also we will break down 6 different shots for you here on the golden shot, hopefully to help you increase your chances of getting some decent prizes in the golden shot. Let's go ahead real quickly, take a look at what we will be facing here. This was hole number 1 of the Winter Slopes tournament, Greenock Point, hole par 3. Our wind will be 5 to 8 miles per hour for this shot. We will be using the golden driver for this shot, but we will be making our wind adjustments as if we are using the golden wood. And on the next part of this video, I will go into a little bit more detail on how you will be making those measurements with that club. So if you do have any questions about the golden shot, if you hit this top right hand question mark, it takes you to the self-help section for Golf Clash. That has to do with all golden shot related material. So you can browse through those questions there and hopefully find your answer. You have the chance to win 5 prizes. You have you have a cobalt ring, which is the blue ring on the outer edge. You have an aqua ring, the crimson, the amber, and the obsidian ring, which is the ring for getting the ace. In my opinion, if you get the crimson, amber, or obsidian ring with your free shot, you definitely did well and should be happy. You do win berserker balls for hitting these rings. If you hit the hole-in-one, you get a whole sleeve of berserker balls and 48 total club cards, including 15 rare and 8 epic. So definitely worth the cause to know what you're doing before you start your shot. So the next thing that you will see here is a transition to our chart where we will go over the different types of spins and curls to use for the different wind directions in the shot. So we will be right there in just a moment. All right, y'all, here we go. We got our chart here. This is what we're going to use for our reference during our golden shot. I would definitely recommend printing this out or maybe taking a picture of this on your another device as you do get ready to play your golden shot. Maybe you will transfer this onto another piece of paper. Whatever works best. Definitely thank you to Joel Nice for putting this together for me. So thank you very much, Joel. A few things that I want to mention here is we will be playing 1.95 miles per hour, and that will equal 1 ring when we are adjusting for this golden shot. Or you can play the golden wood on your app device, like your Golf Clash notebook or your Golf Clash Caddy app. You play the golden wood at plus 20%, and you will play the mid adjustment number on that that tool. So either if you don't have an app, play 1.95 miles per hour per ring. If you do have an app, you'll set it on the golden wood at plus 20% for an elevation change, and you will play the mid adjustment. Okay? And you will be playing this shot with the golden driver. So do play this shot with the golden driver. Now, if you are wanting to write down the values for your wind down on a piece of paper, for 2.5 rings will be about let's see, about 5 miles per hour. Okay. 3 rings is 5.85. 3.5 rings will be 6.8. And full rings will be 7.8. Okay. Your distances, I mean your miles per hour for the golden shot will be somewhere between 5 and 8 miles an hour. So your adjustments won't be any more than 2.5 to 4 rings for your shot. So keep that in mind. Write that down for quick knowledge for during the shot. So basically what we have is a chart here with the different wind variations that you may face and spin guides for each wind. So if you have a straight tailwind, it'll be a 1.5 topspin, max right spin, and a quarter ball of curl. If you have a straight headwind, it'll be max topspin, max right spin, and a quarter ball of curl. Now you have a straight side wind from left to right. That would be 2.5 topspin, 3 right spin, and no curl on the shot. If you have a straight side wind from right to left, then you're looking at 2.5 topspin, max right spin, and 0.75 right curl. So 75% curl to the right side on that shot. So then you have the other ones that are in between those, and they have the spins and adjustments there accordingly for your shot. If you look down the bottom left-hand edge, you can see the kind of a little mock-up of the hole where you will actually be landing your shot. You'll do your initial aim with your target there. The top of the red ring, which looks kind of like an orange ring in the game, if you draw an imaginary line across the fairway, you're about a quarter of the way up that bunker there. If you draw an imaginary line from the top of your white line, you're about halfway up the bunker there, and then you do want your ball guide to be coming off that target, and you want it to be just extended past where I have my red line there, towards the green. And I will talk more about that once we get into the shot, but that's just kind of a quick rundown of what to expect in your setup for this shot. This is quite a technical shot. Specifically if you do want to put yourself in a good position to try to get that ace or that red or that yellow ring. So next thing that you all will see will be the first shot. So see you all in just a second. Hey y'all, what's going on? This is our first golden shot here. As you see, we have a 6.2 mile per hour headwind. Do keep in mind that we are playing either 1.95 miles per hour per ring if you're just doing it without an app, or if you are using Golf Clash Notebook or Golf Clash Caddy, you will play this shot using the golden wood and a plus 20%, and we'll be playing off the mid adjustment for that club, even though we'll be actually using the golden driver. That's just the way it works out here for this shot. So for a straight headwind like we have here, we'll play full topspin and full right spin, and about a quarter bar of curl to the right. So we'll go ahead and start the video. I will stop it once we get our target lined up the way we want it. We enter our wind into the app there, so we have our adjustment ready. Next thing we do is we're going to place our orange ring along the edge of the rough line. Okay, and we have our shot adjusted here now. So now we're going to move in here. I want to show you all one thing. I look at 3 different points when I line up my shot here. The first is the top of the orange ring. If I take a line from the top of the orange ring, draw it straight across to the bunker, I want that line to be about a quarter of the way up the bunker. Now my second point of kind of like checking myself is the top of the white ring. I'm going to do the same thing. Draw a line straight across the fairway to the bunker. I want that to be about halfway up the bunker. Now my third point is going to be right there along the top hand edge of the rough above the bunker. Hard to see because it has the driver information in the way. But if you draw a line straight across the fairway, as you see, my ball guide's a little bit through that line. that's okay. You just want to make sure that your ball guide is pointing, in the good direction, because you do want your shot to filter off that fairway and then onto the green that way. That's the kind of roll you're looking for. You want a smooth transition from that fairway onto your green. If you have a smooth roll with good speed, you have a good chance to get the red, yellow, or even maybe the ace on this hole. So all those things together is what you're looking for. A little bit complicated, I know, but those are just kind of the things that you got to do when you want to hopefully succeed on the golden shot. So let's go ahead and start this video up here. So you see me now turning my my guide straight for the wind, and we add our spin, full top, full right. And now we're going to adjust for the wind. 3.2 rings is for our adjustment for this shot. You see me add my my quarter curl there, and we're going to get a nice bounce on our fairway. And as you're going to see, we're going to get one nice big hop and then a nice smooth roll off the fairway onto the green with good speed, and this ball will filter down to the hole. It comes very close to the yellow ring, but gets the red crimson ring in the end, which, if you are playing only a free shot, crimson, yellow, ace, if you get any of those, definitely a successful shot in my book. We open up our chest, we get our clubs, and then we will move on to our next golden shot, and we'll catch you all there. So we got our second shot here. You see this time we have a straight tailwind, 5.3. We'll do the same thing we did last time. We will line up our target. We will check it in line with the bunker, and then we will make our spin adjustments, our wind adjustments, and then we will take our shot. With the straight tailwind, we'll play about 1.5 bars of topspin, full right spin, and then we'll also go with a quarter bar of curl again on this shot. So hit play. We will enter our wind measurements in for our app. 2.8 rings is going to be our wind measurements. First thing we do is we line up our shot with the orange on the edge of the rough line. If we draw straight lines over from our orange ring, as you can see, about a quarter of the way up there, and then we draw a line over from the top of our white. We're about halfway up there. If we draw a straight line across the fairway from the top of the rough, you see we're a pretty good distance right there, and you see our shot is filtering that way, which is the way we want our shot to filter before we add our wind adjustments and our spin adjustment. So go ahead, start this one up here, and watch. Enter our spin, about 1.5 top, full right. And now we will adjust for our wind, 2.8 rings down the fairway. Let that wind push that ball right back up to the edge of the fairway. Get that good bounce. So there's our 2.8. Now we're going to put our quarter curl on with the right edge of our ball touching the right edge of that blue circle. We'll see that good initial first hop. That ball will settle down and then roll very smoothly onto the green. And you see that nice speed and roll down to the hole. And we will end up getting the blue circle here. If the red circle was there, we would have got the red circle, but we end up with the aqua chest here. So we'll open it up, and then we will move on to the next shot. All right, you see we have our third shot here. We have another tailwind, 7.0 speed for our wind. So we will follow the same technique as we followed last time with 1.5 topspin, max right spin, and a quarter ball of curl to the right. So we'll go ahead and watch this video here. So the first thing we do, we add in our wind to our meter here, 3.7. Now, I want to show you all something here before we get going. Oh, I want to go back a little bit here. All right. So that's where we're lined up here. The first thing off the bat that I notice is our orange circle. if we draw a straight line across, we are much lower on the bunker. If we draw a straight line across from the top of our white here, we are not at mid bunker there. So we are already in trouble on this shot. As you're going to see, with needing to adjust 3.7 rings, I do actually end up running out of room to adjust this shot. So if you ever have this happen to you, where you do misline your aim point a little bit too low, and you do run out of room for adjustment, always adjust to the right on a hole like this. That will still give you a chance to recover and make a decent shot. So watch how this happens and unfolds. You see I put my spin on the ball first, 1.5, and now we're going to try to adjust for our 3.7 rings here, and I want you all to see what happens. You see we get about 3 rings in, and then we run into overpower. We run into changing clubs. So what I do here is I adjust my shot to the right. That does bring my ball a little bit farther down the fairway, and then we're going to use about half a ball of curl here instead, just because of the changes we had to make to the shot. You see we still get a pretty decent shot off actually, and really good speed and a good roll to the hole, and it looks like we probably would have got another red ring if we had a red ring there to get, but we don't. Alright, so our next shot here, 5.6 tailwind. So first thing we do, we line up our shot along the left-hand edge with our orange touching. Okay, so we've got our shot lined up here. Let's do a quick check here on how we're lined up. All right, I would say our 2 lines there check out good. And we're lined up in the correct spot to be there. So let's make our spin adjustments, our wind adjustments, and see how the shot turns out. So here we go. We are going to put our spin on 1.5 top, full right. Now we adjusted our wind first this time, you see. But still, 1.5 top, full right, still the same. We put our little bit over a quarter ball of curl this time. And let's see what happens. We hit a perfect shot. We got a nice roll there. And nice speed. And looks like we have an angle turn here. So we should be pretty close to the hole-in-one. We roll up and we get our ace, baby. We get the ace we were looking for. And definitely not a better feeling than hitting that ace on the golden shot, especially with a perfect ball. A tournament where you've seen so many aces on this hole with great balls. So it's good to get a perfect ball ace on this hole. Means you made the correct adjustments and you earned that shot. So we'll get the thorn cards. Definitely cool. Get some razors. And most importantly, oh, cataclysms. Nice right there. And there's that sleeve of berserkers. Alright, so all we got left to get is the yellow ring. We have 2 shots to do it. Let's see if we can do it. We're going to start out with a 5.1 headwind here. So we'll play a full max top, max right spin, and about a quarter ball of curl to the right. Let's go ahead and start our shot. We will pause it once we get our bullseye lined up with our orange ring along the edge of the rough line. Okay. So we got our ring lined up now. So let's do a quick check here. All right, that checks, and that checks, and that checks. We've got our ball path nicely, looking like it's on a planned route. So let's finish our shot now. We will make our wind adjustment, and then we will make our spin adjustment here. 2.7 rings for our mid adjustment here. There's our spins, full top, full right. And now we do our curl. We're going to go a little bit extra curl this time. Now we'll stay with our quarter ball of curl. We get a nice bounce off our fairway. Nice smooth roll onto the green. Good speed. Let's see if we can get that yellow ring. The ball is coming in nicely. And we are going to roll through the yellow ring and stop just on the outside edge. So that leaves us with only one shot left to get that yellow ring. Can we do it? We will find out in just a moment. Alright, so we're here for our last and final shot. We got the yellow ring left to get. It's the only one we haven't gotten, and we got a 6.2 mile per hour side wind here, left to right. So if we look at our chart, we know we're going to go with about 2.5 bars of topspin for this shot, and about 3 bars of right spin. I think we actually go 4 or even full on this one this time. I'm not sure why, it's just what happened. So let's go ahead and look at the shot. We enter our wind in. We need 3.2 rings for the shot. So we first we set up our target there with orange ring touching the rough. That one looks pretty good set up right there in that position. So now we will adjust for our wind to 3.2 rings. There we go. With our adjustment, we will add our spin in here now. 3 top spin, as you said, we went full right spin. And now we will play no curl on this shot. We hit it perfect. Let's see if we can do it. Check the bounce, good bounce. Looks like we're going to have a really nice roll onto the green. Nice and high on the green. Good speed. And here it comes. And we are just barely going to miss that yellow ring. What a shame. So hopefully y'all learned a little bit from these golden shots. If you can get your aim position correct, maybe to make sure to check those 3 points. Yellow ring aligned with about 1/4 of the way into the bunker. And then the white ring, you want that line to be about halfway in the bunker. And that third mark to check is that ball guide. You want that up there around that line of that rough. If you just draw an imaginary line across. So that's what to look for when you are setting up your accuracy, your target for your shot. And then from there, use the chart that we talk about in the beginning of the video to set up your shot, make the correct spins, make the correct adjustments. Remember 1.95 mile per hour per ring. Or if you use one of the tools, you will play it on the golden wood at a plus 20%, and you will look at the mid adjustment for your adjustment mark. And do remember, you are playing with the golden driver, but you are using the golden wood for your adjustment for this golden shot. So good luck to y'all. Hopefully y'all do well. Hopefully y'all get some rings. I would say this is a golden shot. We're not don't expect to get the hole-in-one, but definitely expect to get the other rings. I think you can get all the rings quite easily here. We did not get them here myself, although we came very close. At the very minimum, you should get the red and the 2 blues. This is definitely a tough shot to ace, but you can ace it with a perfect shot. I have seen people acing it with the great shot too, though. So sometimes you do get lucky and get that great ace. So thank you all very much, and you'll have a good day, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you for joining me for this video of the golden shot. If you are interested in downloading a copy of that chart with the wind directions, you can check out the description in the bottom of the video, and it will be available on Tuesday morning.